Sorry, the pre-jury girls took forever, so I'll make it short and sweet. I got a 1 to 10 question too, but it's a little less cryptic. Uh, on a scale of 1 to 10, how likely do you feel to win the entire game? Honesty will go a long ways. What I hope to clarify for the jury is perception on placement and awareness.
You're gonna
one, you're about to walk out of here with tears. 10, you're about to have the idol and a cash prize.
Yeah. I feel really good about my jury answers so far, and I think that there's been some hesitation, so I'm gonna go 10 too.
Yeah, like,
I'm not feeling confident. I'm gonna be like totally honest. I'm not. I'm feeling like a 4 because I think everyone has a strong case, and I truly think that everyone is a really good player. So I'm gonna go 4 and be totally honest.
yeah, I think everyone played a great game, but I think I played the best game, so 10.
Regulations. You guys are all deserving to be here. My vote is undecided. But I have a question for Kyle specifically. In your opening speech, your outplay really relied on your revenge tour.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was the only argument I really heard. Do you think that the Maddie, Mackenzie, and B vote was just already decided by the majority and you followed because you didn't have the numbers, or was it actually you orchestrating it?
I mean, it was definitely a me and Memphis thing together. Of course, the reason that is important, the outplay, is because I lost all of my trust, right? So they had to go, because now I know 3 people on this merge I cannot work with anymore because they're going to play me. They've done it before, they're going to do it again. So I had to shift my game. That's who I wanted out. Me and Memphis locked in. I said, you need to get rid of one of your high viber people because I need those numbers to be a little bit more even on each side. He picks Maddie. I said, great. The next vote, Mackenzie, the same way. And then I said, if you give me those 2, I'm giving you B, which again was my master plan the whole time. Because I lost that trust anyway, so yes.
Questions for all of you. I'm gonna start with Anna. I think my biggest issue with your game was taking initiative.
Okay.
Something that just happened really spoke to it. You said, hey, I was gonna say 3, but she said it first. So why didn't you step up and say 3 first?
Yeah. No,
I think there's lots of things that happen in that, and I want you to talk about how you have initiative or how you took initiative.
Yeah. I think there's a difference between initiative and speed. Because I think right there, it wasn't that I didn't want to take initiative and say 3 and I wanted to be last. I think it was me thinking through, I mean, it's a number guessing game. Like how much weight is there actually to that? But I wanted to think through my options. I mean, sorry, that sounds silly, but like I wanted to think about which number I wanted to say.
So then your real issue is indecisiveness.
I think, no, I was, but no, because I made the decision. Because I made the decision. It wasn't like I was going, after she said 3. I made the decision and I said it.
My issue with you, Kyle, is your perception of your game in relation to me. So you just said all those things with Maddie, Mackenzie, B. You were saying, hey, like, me and Memphis that together. In my mind, you were always at the bottom of that. I wanted you to feel safe and comfortable. My alliance that I had, we always decided those votes before you said anything to us. I wanted you to feel like I was sacrificing a player, but Maddie was always going home first in my mind with my alliance. Then Mackenzie. And then B, I was like, hey, I know you want B out. So how in that, what's your argument to that?
You can take credit, I can take credit, we can go back and forth all day, but at the end of the day, whoever you wanted out was who I wanted out, so that worked out for me.
So your alignment with me helped your game because we had similar mindsets.
Exactly.
Okay. And then Courtney, with you, you talked a lot about loyalty and then also individuality. And so with that, your loyalty, you say that you were played a loyal game, really loyal to me and Tony, but you voted both of us out.
Yeah, loyal to an extent.
Yeah. And then also with your individuality, within that, you played an individual game, but you chose to work with me, and I thought that I made a lot of the moves and decided who went home. Yeah. How is that individual for you if I was deciding the votes?
I think it was individual because coming in, I was trying to figure out who that I thought was a very strong player that I wanted to work with. And I was in between you and Mackenzie because I knew Mackenzie was a very strong player. So for me, it was an individual choice to choose you, and then also very individual to let you think that you were going to play the game. Like I was playing the Memphis game, but that was an individual choice for me so that you would think that. And it was so individual that you didn't play your idol because you were so convinced that I would never flip on you. So to me, that was very, very, very individual and playing my own game and leading you to think that I was playing the Memphis game. I played a loyal game, but when I needed to be disloyal, I was. Like, I was not loyal to Cooper, obviously, but with you and Tony, like, I played it loyal until I knew that it would not benefit me. And I think that's the name of the game. And I think a blindside was needed. I knew the second that me and you had connected and that we were like, okay, like we're gonna work together, I knew that I was gonna blindside you. It was just a matter of when and when the right time was, and knew that you had the idol, and that was a big factor. So the second that the idol was flushed, that was when it was my time for me to be disloyal, and I immediately went to Anna and I said, it's time to get Memphis out. And that was when I flipped on being disloyal. And then from there, in that vote for you, when we blindsided you, I also flipped on Tony by not including him in the vote. And that was when I also was like, loyalty is out for me. And now it's, well, I mean, it already was my own game, but that was when I was like, I'm truly playing by myself now, essentially, because I just flipped on my 2 people that I was working with.
Congrats, you guys. As being the creator of Hypevivor, at Hypevivor on Instagram, season 4, link in our bio. One of the biggest things I appreciate is building relationships and actually forming friendships with the people that you play with. We can speak to the testimony here that we had people fly in from over the country to play a fucking game. I didn't know any of you guys walking into here, so I want you guys to tell me 3 things you learned about me.
I'm ready. So the first night, me and Tony and Chauncey sat on the couch, and I learned so much about you. We sat on the couch, I was asking you questions. I know how much money you make. I know your salary. I know what you do for work. I know that you have 2 roommates. You worked at Chili's. I know a lot. We talked a lot. And I genuinely, that was one of my highs of the trip because I hadn't really talked to Chauncey that much either. And it was a very unique group, and I just loved talking to you and getting to know you. I can give more facts if needed, but I mean, that was a lot right there off the bat.
Yeah, I can go as well.
But yeah, I just enjoyed that.
I know about, it was really interesting to hear about your like college life with going from the fraternity to the sorority house and that roommate drama. That was really fun to learn about. I also learned, like, I thought it was fun learning about your family history and kind of like your relationships with your parents and your parents' relationships with other people. And I thought it was fun hearing about your stories just like in Las Vegas. Like that was silly as well. Like you were silly, like you're a silly person. You have funny stories. And so it was fun listening to tell you those stories. And I don't mean silly in like in a mean way at all. Like I think you're very entertaining and I enjoyed hearing your story. So those were 3.
Yeah, so I have a different take on this. We were never on the same tribe. And then at the end, I was trying to work with you and you just never were giving that. You voted me out. So I really not got to talk to you out of anyone else here. Like, yeah, talk to you the least. The only times we've got to talk since we've been playing this game every day, all day, was when we were drunk. So I know you're from LA. You love drugs, and I saw your ass.
Thank you. You love drugs.
If it's not you that wins, who of the other 2 do you think it would be?
Right now, I'm feeling very confident in myself and the game that I played and the moves that I made and how I spoke at jury. But I think that Anna also spoke highly at jury, so that would be my second person.
I can say, I mean, I want to echo, I mean, I feel really good about what I've done. I think that from who I've talked to during the game, there was a lot of people that were never like fully trusting of oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, of Kyle, that were wary of his intentions. And I think that could carry over into the vote. And I also think that as kind of demonstrated by Memphis, there was maybe an overestimation of his game. And I think that that's going to throw some question in people's eyes and in their in their thoughts and their decision on how they vote. So I'm leaning towards Courtney.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think it was an elaboration question like that, but I think I deserve it. I think I'm gonna win, but it's gonna be Courtney if not me.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, I think from the beginning I made a really good case for myself. I came in with a strong strategy. I had players I was going to target. I had moves that I knew for a fact that I was going to make. I played an individual game. I did not play with my duo. I met a lot of different people. Some of my strong alliances are people that I met this weekend. I think overall I made really big, strong moves. I played a very strong game. I think my move was one of the strongest of the games because I think Memphis would have went to the end. And I also knew for a fact that if I went to the end with Memphis, he would have turned on me easily because it would be an easy. I had played no game. I had played the Memphis game. So I think getting him out was very strong. I think keeping Tony out of the vote was strong. I think I played very strong overall. And I think the biggest thing was that my name was only voted 1 time. So I managed to go unproblematic in that way. I was good at challenges. It was a very holistic game. In addition to my social strategy, I also played hard in challenges. I was mostly second runner-up for almost all of them, so I proved a very strong challenge game and a very strong social game, being unproblematic and as well making strong moves, being aligned with everybody that I needed to be and not causing any dramas. Overall, I think I played the best game here for sure.
Okay, so I mean, as I've said, I came in here not knowing anyone, and so a big part of this was the relationships I had to build while going through this process. And obviously, like I feel like a lot of the times when we talk about relationships, we talk about the relationships that we form in order to survive during the game. But another very, very crucial part of the game is the relationships you build and then how those relationships stand when that person is voted off. You have to think about how you're voted, or how the people you send to jury are going to feel about you. And I don't think that the people I send to jury should be bitter. I don't think that they necessarily are bitter, because I played a clean game. I played honestly, and I never was not considering the faces and the names and the people that were going to be on jury. I think, yeah, because I think when in survival, it's really easy to focus on the people at hand in the moment, but no, you have to think about the big picture. And I never did not think about the big picture. I really enjoyed getting to know every single person, and I think that was demonstrated by my willingness to talk to every single person. There was not one person who was on my tribe that I did not talk to, that I did not want to work with, that I did not really kind of go back and forth with about the votes. Like, I was very, very open to that because I knew that that was going to be crucial when it came down to it.
One thing first, we talked a lot about the Memphis thing. I do want to address this. Like I said the first time, that was very intentional for me in my game to let him take out these people that I wanted out. To, if I was playing under Memphis, I was the bottom of the totem pole, why am I here and he's not? You know, I had the majority at the end of the game. So I don't like that we're saying that I was just the bottom of that group and, you know, somehow I'm here. There's a reason for that. 2, we're all Survivor fans. Do you want to award this to people that I see as skated by, had the majority because they were on a larger tribe going into merge, and then woke it up the last 2 rounds? Or do you want to award it to the underdog? I was targeted from the very beginning of this game, and I'm still here. I've made huge moves. My resume is stacked, and I think that is why I deserve to win.
She is a badass, and I am obsessed with her. The moment you started talking, you sold me. You are so goddamn smart, and I'm so impressed by you, and I'm so proud of you. So good job. I hope you win.
Everyone did so amazing, especially you 3. That was a lot out there, and it was freezing cold. So good job, everyone. I love you all so much. All 21 of my closest friends.
Yeah.
Courtney. Next vote. Courtney.
Who votes Courtney?
Courtney.
3 votes Courtney.
Anna.
3 votes Courtney, 1 vote Anna.
Courtney.
4 Courtney, 1 Anna.
Anna.
4 Courtney, 2 Anna.
Anna.
4 3.
Kyle.
Okay, 1 4 3.
Anna.
Tied. 4 4. Courtney and Anna, 1 vote Kyle.
Courtney. Courtney.
6 votes Courtney, 4 votes Anna, 1 vote Kyle.
Anna. 3 votes left. Courtney. Anna. This is the final vote. The winner of Clairevivor Season 1 has yet to be decided.
Tie. 7-7.
These are the rules of Survivor. If there's a tie at Final Tribal, the person with the least votes stands up right now and casts the final vote.
Girl, you ate.